Whew, so cold. Unfortunately, Tanya's tent was not able to withstand the weight of that ice. So I think hopefully that's okay for a few days until it thaws out and I can pop it back up. I put salt. I've got some sea salt. I've been just poured it out on the steps there a couple of times, and it's starting to break up just under the weight of Daisy's feet going up the steps just now. It was breaking up. Look, you can see that extension cord completely buried. So I don't think we got a full inch, but it's definitely still enough to be definitely not good for driving. Now, last night when I was walking, I was scared to walk on the asphalt there, and so I would walk on the gravel. But just now, even walking on the gravel was really slick. I was much more comfortable walking on the grass. And the best was when there was some leaves to step on. Those crunch real nice. Trying to focus on that there wire. It didn't completely coat that string of lights. It's interesting. It's a winter wonderland. There's I've heard some kids out and about, parents as well, doing some sledding down the hills. One of the peaceful things is just knowing that people aren't out driving around. It's less noisy. I can hear my furnace. I think a furnace on this thing running. This is interesting. These people dropped this Class A off like a month and a half ago. And it's like they're storing it here, but must be nice to have enough money to pay $600 something a month just to store your Class A. And they haven't shown up until just yesterday. They showed up. They didn't have their furnace on. So that was their winterizing. They showed up and the furnaces came on. My fingers are frozen. Thankfully, Starlink is working well. I'm working today. It's my one Sunday a month that I have to work. As far as I know, all the churches have canceled, so that's good. Let the congregation stay home. Don't risk anybody out there driving on this ice. That's good. So, but I need to go back inside and, for one, warm up my fingers. Two, get back to work. Just noticing the icicles. Let's look at icicles real quick. Gotta find the beauty to enjoy in this craziness. I wanted to go look at the icicles forming off of what's been dripping from my leak. Gonna be risky, walking slow. Oh, we got some icicles on the front of the RV. You can see where the heated hose has kind of melted everything in that area. Oh yeah. Well, the water is actually still moving, but we got some good sized icicles forming. The Starlink cord right there is getting a big brunt of it. I left some drinks in the back of the truck to keep them out of the wind and hopefully the cold. I was just gonna go grab a case of this Shasta Zero Cola out of here, and I'm like, guess what? I can't get in. Whoops. Good morning. Welcome to a frozen Texas. Doesn't look too bad over here as the grass has grown through. There's definitely enough ice though to bury some stuff. I'll show you some more details when I get back to our campsite, which is over there. It's easier to walk in the grassy areas than the roads. The roads is where it's more smooth and definitely a lot easier to slip. Here it's a lot easier to crunch through this stuff and not slip and fall. Daisy's loving it. She loves her some good cold weather. Normally I would never bring Daisy into the laundry room. She needed to go for a walk. Kaylin all of a sudden decides to tell me that she needs laundry. It's 20 degrees outside. So washer's almost done to move the dryer. It's like, okay, Daisy's getting walked and making this one trip Normally, a lot of the parks, of course, are going to say no dogs inside. This place probably has that too. But when I got here, they were having these big Halloween parties, and everybody was dressing up their dogs in costumes and bringing them into the recreation area. And I was like, you know, I don't plan to make a habit of this, but in crazy cases like this, I think I just may. It's interesting to see like how the sun could hit over here today, but the sun could not touch any of this right there, and it just stayed frozen. Kind of cool to be able to observe stuff like this after the fact. Icicles, icicles. It's Monday morning. We were as cold as 18 degrees out this morning. Sun's out now, it's 26. We got a high projected of 37 today, so hopefully we can get some of the ice melted in the shadows. Out taking Daisy for her first walk of the day. Those icicles hanging from the front of the RV there. Ooh, chilly, chilly. All right, Daisy, let's go for a walk. The dripping sounds out here are interesting. Just everything is dripping. That RV, dripping. Ready for the cold?
Maybe.
Time to go walk Daisy one last time for the night. Tuesday morning now. A lot of ice is melted, but we still got some pretty decorations, scenery. Areas where the sun really hasn't shone. So I've often worried about the seal between this junction right here, and I'm seeing that it definitely was a problem. That's just kitchen water right there, because I know for a fact that my valve for my gray tank to the kitchen is not in the best of shape. So that's literally water coming from the kitchen gray tank, just kind of slowly leaking. Haven't been over here to look at this since this whole freeze started. So it's 50 degrees out right now. It's like, okay, time to go and make sure that the kitchen galley is drained out. And yeah, it had been slowly dripping out. That's just terrific. All right, y'all, I think I'll go ahead and close out this winter storm video that I was doing over a span of days. It's just interesting to share this aspect with y'all. One of the things that's been eye-opening, especially for Kaylin, when we're at this park, she just loves to be outside spending time with friends, and there's been 2 to 3 days where she couldn't go out. We didn't want her going out after 4:30, because even like when it was warm enough to ice melt and everything, about 4 o'clock, 4:30, when the sun got real low, it started freezing again. It started getting real slick out again. So it's just like, you know, just go out for a couple hours and come back. And after a few days of essentially being trapped inside, Kaylin started feeling a little bit depressed. And I just imagine this is a problem for people that live up in the north, where it's cold 9 months out of the year. They find ways to deal with it. She's like, what do I do inside? Like, this is why we have a TV. This is why we have books. This is why you have a phone and a tablet. And she got a Amazon Kindle reader so she can read more books. This is why we have this stuff. So that's why when we have nice weather and I see y'all choosing to stay inside, I'm just like, you need to save that stuff. When you can get out, you get out. Sometimes kids just miss that, don't they? They get caught up on something and they want to stay inside and play whatever game or toy or whatever. And it's like, look, kid, if the sun's out, you need to get out. All right, y'all. Remember, life happens, even ice storms. Don't let that stop you from living your life. Stay fresh, cheese bags.